Hello my dear Libras, how are you this Tuesday? My week starts on Tuesday. You're probably used to this system by now. This is for you, my dear Libras, and we're gonna jump into the card of the week for you, which is from a beautiful oracle called The Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish, and your card is number 34, Spirit of Spring, Freedom, Action, Power. What we're going to do with this oracle is that I am going to read to you the messages from the booklet, which is something that I know I never did, but today I got a very, very clear, happy thought about it. That's what I call my personal channelings. So I thought I'm going to follow it because, hey, it was a happy thought. She comes to touch the world into awakening again. Each cycle follows its course, and at her point of the cycle, the spirits of spring emerge and do their work. Each has their part to play, from fairy to the goddess who breathes life back into the still world. When she comes to you, no matter what part of the external cycle you're at, inside it will be your spring. This is your renaissance. This is your time of jasmine and sweetness. This is the time to consider what it is you will grow. Dream, dream big, wish, wish big, that thing. And you must hurry, dear one, to catch this energy which is coming to you, bursting up through the blood, through the cells and into the mind, where ideas will be born that will shape the world yet to come. You are a part of the next step on this planet, and you must make true and real within that world the ideas which now arise within you. For this spirit of spring is urging you to recreate the world anew, to initiate the ideas and to fulfill the promise of conception. You have work to do, dear one, a vocation to fulfill, and it is beyond the numbling plod of the slave machine that can be our culture. You have more to give than that. It is pushing through the limitations that seem to be all about you. You are free, free to make your life your garden, free to become what your nature has destined you to be, free to make wild the life that forces within the paradigms would prefer to enslave for their purposes. The power of pure, fresh, sweet life is within you. Let it pour through you, arise up out of you, take root in your soul and blossom through words and actions, choices and commitments. Do not hesitate. The time for action and growth is now. Touch your life as she does, for you are her and she is you. And once this is recognized, you can never be taken prisoner again. Illumination. When I grow and act, I free not only myself, but all around me are freed in return. If you ask me, this is almost revolutionary. Mind Valley, I don't know if you know Mind Valley, it's a frame which, for so many spiritual teachings. The founder of Mind Valley, whose name I cannot remember right now, so sorry for that, I'm going to probably write it down in the description. I saw a course, I saw an ad at some point that I was making the point that way that we work, that whole thing with the hard work and everything is not exactly how it, it's not exactly efficient or effective, which is something very spiritual if you think about it, because this is not about, we should not enslave ourselves into matter and things like that. It doesn't mean we shouldn't be abundant, but we should be we should be economical like nature is. We shouldn't waste ourselves, sacrifice ourselves, at times our energy, just, to be proper in something, while the results are they cost too much. If they call for self-sacrifice over sleep, over social life, over time to regenerate, over time to do our hobbies and everything, then it is too expensive, guys. Then it is not worth it. Then it should be reformed. So you do a lot, you create a lot through your work, through your creativity, but with much less, you know, like energy and time loss. That's the idea, right? This freedom, you know, like that you take your life back into your hands is one of the, I don't know, the most beautiful messages. And again, to me, one of the most revolutionary ones, although the global tendency goes there to understand that no, we don't have to work 12 hours a day to do this, you know, like that's a waste of human resources as well. Although we're not resources, guys. We're not resources. We're exceptional beings and every right to be on this earth, and nobody should ever doubt that. So that we know. Okay, I'm gonna pull for Libra a domino, a little bit of divination for the week. Apart from the card, you have 2 times 5. Yay, 2 times 5, 10. There could be that right now what started one way goes another. It could be that there's a change, something that, you know, like started like changing and stuff. Instead of going like the one path that you expected, halfway through like takes another 10. Don't you worry, that's exactly how it's supposed to go, because it culminates to 10, which is the number of culmination, right? Like you're reaching something, you're doing it, it's happening. 5 is a matter of change, is a number, is a matter of change, is a number of change, and it is always like change which is good for you. I don't know how many people had 5s today. I mean, I've only been like halfway through the readings, and I don't know if I have the feeling that everybody had a 5. Not true, somebody had two 4s, somebody had tortilla. Yeah, it's true. This, the fact that 5 is twice the 55, you could also see it like that, is a great number when it comes to applying changes in your life. It could be your lifestyle, it could be your diet, it could be like your energy, it could be the things that you do, it could be that you want to change work, it could be you want to change home, whatever it is, you know, like it could relate to relationships with people, because also 5 is the number of the human being, as well as a lot of, you know, like people associated also like with the astronomical path of Venus in the solar system, and therefore with astrologically with Venus as well, who rules mainly love and money and beauty and luxury and abundance and great things in life. So the 55 here is a very, very good number for pushing like through. If you're like halfway through and you're thinking about giving up, don't give up. This is happening. And if you need help to, you know, get the thing that you started done, go for it. 2 times, you know, like 2 forces coming together here to help you create what you create. Because every time you create something new, you basically change something. So every creation is also a change, if you want to see it like that. It's also like, you know, like it's also an uneven number, it's a 3. So if one change brings forth another change and you haven't like calculated that, it's a little bit similar what I said about like it taking a different path, but this is about like that was about one thing, one path, and this is about like, you know, like 2 different things. If there's change in one area in your life and suddenly that brings another change with it, that's a good sign. That's okay. That means like you're basically, you know, you're riding the best waves right now, you know, like you're taking advantage, you're following like the best flows right now, you're taking advantage of the best energies right now, of luck right now as well. Very nice, you guys. So don't worry about it if things like get a little bit like whoo, it's good for you. You want to like take the steering wheel and just, you know, like nudge things this way and that way, absolutely. Go for it. It's your energy. It's like human's nature energy. So you're good for it. If you just want to sit back and just see where the whole thing leads you, go for that as well. It's very good. Very good. Big and good. So, my dear ones, that was your card and your domino for the week. My dear Libras, remember you're all divine. Loved your message. We're not in this world to work and suffer and then, well, no, to work to create. We are in this world to create. Let's put it this way. We're not in this world to suffer and then die. We're here like to create and enjoy. Right? This is what we're here for. And I love the freedom card that you have and the spring energy that you had, and whatever you're like building now or whatever you're starting now, like go for it, because it's gonna be, you're gonna love it. Guys, remember you're all divine. You always have my love. I'll see you next week, and until then, take care.